Bitcoin right now is doing its absolute best to hold its ground above the CPR trend line, hold its ground above this horizontal trend line, because we know if this key line of support gets broken, we must prepare ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this. I mean, Bitcoin getting attracted towards the next area of confluence before deciding the actual direction. So before we jump into it, please do me a favor and destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now what I want you guys to do is to monitor this price movement of Bitcoin along with the monthly CPR indicator, a leading indicator which gives us information beforehand. And according to this monthly CPR, this monthly leading indicator, you can see Bitcoin must remain above these trend lines, top, central, and the bottom CPR line, if you want to see a continuation which might look somehow like this. I mean, Bitcoin heading towards the first bullish target for the month of June, which sits around $113,000 and also marking a new all-time high. So if we want to see this bullish continuation playing out, the price of Bitcoin here in the medium short term is not allowed to break below this CPR trend line. And despite this being an ascending CPR higher than the previous month, you can see this was our CPR from May, right? And this is our CPR for the month of June, which is an ascending CPR, and we know ascending CPR only gets formed during uptrend. But what I want you guys to keep in mind, despite this being an ascending CPR, the possibility of continuation like this is there. I mean, we could see, if Bitcoin breaks the support from the CPR trend line, we could see a move around the first bearish target, which in our case it's around 94,700 before choosing a direction. So for us, it's very, very important that price remains above this CPR trend line, because right now it's not just only the support from the CPR trend line, Bitcoin is also holding the support from this ascending triangle. And I know I have been talking about this since a couple of days, but it is important, guys. In a weekly, it is very, very important that we remain above this horizontal trend line, or let's say above 103,000, because losing this support means we are not just only going to break below this CPR trend line, but parallelly we are also going to close the weekly below this horizontal trend line, which could trigger another warning sign. And in that case, the price of Bitcoin could come back for a retest on this lower trend line before deciding the direction. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. In the medium short term, Bitcoin must hold the support from this horizontal trend line, hold the support from the CPR trend line, and parallelly must also hold the support from the symmetrical triangle, or our CryptoAnup buy sell indicator. Because according to our CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, you can see Bitcoin is still above 103,000. I mean, if you look at this CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, we are still above it, which is a sign of strength, but we have to be careful. This CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, and along with that, a lower trend line from this symmetrical triangle is holding us at the moment. But if this support fails, right, then Bitcoin could show a move in this manner, a false break to the downside to liquidate the over leverage longs, and only after that a U-shape or a V-shape type of recovery. So for us, it's very, very important that we remain above 103,000 if we want to invalidate bearish continuation pattern, which is also playing out parallelly, because we know remaining above this key trend line, price holding the support from this CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, symmetrical triangle, ascending triangle upper trend line, and even the CPR trend line, then in that case, you can see we could be preparing ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this. I mean, Bitcoin following this bullish continuation pattern known as descending bottom wedge, which is also playing out parallelly in a daily time frame. I mean, remaining above 103,000 means price of Bitcoin could show a continuation in this manner. This is also a possibility, but for all of this bullish continuation pattern to play out, what must happen in the medium short term? The price must remain above the CPR trend line, which is in between 102 103,000. Now let's look at the probability of this support failing in the upcoming days, because according to this indicator, Bitcoin looks like forming a bearish cross. I mean, this Williams alligator indicator is coiling up, right? But what I want you guys to do, despite this turning out into a bearish cross, please wait until the support gets broken before jumping into any short trades. Otherwise, despite this looking like a bearish continuation, it could still fake out. Yes, guys, I don't want you guys to fall for any sort of a trap, because in the past price action, despite this being a bullish continuation, right? Despite this being a bullish continuation, what did the price of Bitcoin did before that? You can see before forming a new all-time high, Bitcoin had a very similar move when we lost the key line of support. I mean, if you look at this from 2024-25 top, right? And simply monitor this one here. And what you can do is take an arch and place it above. So you can see if Bitcoin fails to hold its ground above 102, 103,000 or above our CPI trendline, then we could be forming a very, very similar move to this one here. I mean, Bitcoin for now showing weakness, right? Bitcoin for now showing weakness, getting attracted in between 90, 95,000, find support, and only after that make a U-shape or a V-shape type of recovery. Because even here, after losing the support, we started with a corrective move, but this corrective move didn't result in an actual reversal. It was a temporary pullback, which later resulted in a new all-time high. So I personally think the price of Bitcoin will be making a new all-time high, but for that, we must wait a little bit longer than expected, because losing that creep parallelly could also push the price of Bitcoin lower towards this rising channel trend line. Yes, guys, this rising channel for now is going to be looked as a line of support, but this line of support also sits in between 90,000, 95,000. In the past price action before breaking out, Bitcoin showed a continuation around this rising trend line, and only after that we had an actual bullish breakout. You can see a bullish breakout, and same thing could be unfolding here. Before expecting another bullish continuation, first there is a possibility of price showing a continuation to the downside, getting attracted in between 90 and 95,000. This is the first bearish target for the month of June, and then a U-shape or a V-shape type of recovery. Yes, guys, any sort of a pullback, as you can see, could be giving us a buying opportunity if we simply zoom out, because in a bigger picture, a pullback like this, I have been very clear with you guys, could be giving us a buying opportunity. And also, according to our pre-halving, post-halving shakeout, you can see each and every time whenever the price was following this expansion trend line and went to the halving, later it resulted in a parabolic move. I mean, pre-halving, continuation of an expansion, post-halving, parabolic move. Pre-halving, continuation of an expansion phase, post-halving, a parabolic move. Same scenario could be repeating in a bigger picture. And even according to this falling wedge, you can see simply remaining above 100 to 103,000 means price is also going to remain above the previous body close, which is still a sign of strength, which could make the price of Bitcoin show a move in this manner. Yes, guys, despite forming a bearish continuation pattern here, right? If the price of Bitcoin manages to remain above 100 to 103,000, then despite this looking like a bearish continuation pattern, this could still fake out. I mean, Bitcoin could end up in between this coiling up. I mean, coiling up from this indicator, Williams alligator indicator, which could be preparing ourselves for more sideways movement, and then an incoming volatility which might favor the longs. But for all this bullish continuation to play out, what must happen in the medium short term? Bitcoin must remain above this CPI trend line, remain above this horizontal trend line, remain above this symmetrical triangle lower trend line, and also above our CryptoAnup buy sell indicator. And as long as the price remains above that range, there is no need to worry. So guys, these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please do not hesitate to destroy that like button. And to those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button. And also a quick reminder, if you haven't claimed this free bonus from Bybit, $30,050 in welcome rewards, then definitely check the video description. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye-bye.